Hi, my name's Jason. I'm CEO and co-founder at Gigasheet. We're a data analytics company that specializes in market intelligence for healthcare. So today we're going to look at some orthopedic rates in Maryland. This is what the raw data looks like, and you get access to all of these fields in the spreadsheet. Now, we've got about 6.5 million rates for the state of Maryland, but we can easily analyze that in different ways. And I'm going to show you some of the views that we present for this use case. So first of all, we're going to take a look at all the orthopedic codes in the state by payer. So what we've done first is group by billing code and then payer, and we can start to analyze that here. So here we've got an arthroscopy, got United, Care First, Aetna, Optum, and Capital Blue Cross in the Maryland market that we're looking at. And here we can see the Medicare rate this gets geographically adjusted based on location. And then we've got the average percentage here. You can easily flip between average and median, so we can take a look at different slices of this data. Move this back to average for now, and we'll take a look at this arthroscopy. So as we expand this, we can see the differences here with the average United reimbursement rate being much higher, but we may want to drill into that a little more and see what's going on, because the average could be skewed by just a handful of different providers. But here we can see there are a lot of rates that are reimbursed at a high dollar amount, and we can see the exact providers here. So this is an overview at the state level, and we could drill into any of a few thousand different billing codes here to see what the reimbursement rates are. But let's take a look at a more specific drill down to just surgeries. So now we're going to look at a smaller group of codes. Instead of thousands, we're just going to look at a handful of codes here for total knee, total hip, etc. And we're still at the state level, and we can see here the Medicare rate and the median Medicare reimbursement percentage. And again, we can drill into this and take a look at the actual rates and the providers who are getting those rates here. In this case, we're looking at Baltimore, and you can see we've got the city and address location of the provider, as well as the EIN, so we could identify the organization that they're part of. So let's do that. Let's start to drill down to a specific market. In this case, we looked at Bethesda. So we're now going to go from 6.5 million rates across the state of Maryland for orthopedists down to just the Bethesda market and take a look at. So here we're looking at those same surgical codes for total knee, total hip, arthroscopy, so on, for the Bethesda market. And within this, we can see that we've drilled down to just 384 rows of data, so much more specific. And if we expand this, we've sorted this by the Medicare reimbursement percentage, or largest rate. And if we scroll over, we can see who those providers are that are getting that rate and their EIN. And if we drill down a little further to look at a few others, we can see pretty consistently these providers' names appear here. Look at one more. This is a shoulder arthroscopy. And overall, once again, Aetna seems to be reimbursing more than the other payers in this analysis. And we can see the same providers here again. We see that they have the same EIN, or we identify the tax ID. And if we just do a simple Google search for that, we can see that's Johns Hopkins University. And I would expect that they have pretty strong negotiating leverage in this market. That's a very quick overview of the kind of data that we present. We work one-on-one with every client to answer any questions they have and present views based on their requirements. Hope this helps.